In this lecture, I'll explain one of the most important concepts in Python programming, and that is for loops. I'll use an example so you not only understand the syntax, how to write a for loop, but you'll also understand why you should use for loops. Let's say we've got these temperatures for Monday. So maybe this was recorded in the morning, in midday, and that in the evening. So how can we make a program that prints out the rounded values of each of these values? Like that. So that would be the expected output. You can see down here, as you get 9, because 9.1 rounded up to a whole number would be 9, and then 8.8, 9 again, and 7.6, 8. How can we do that? So we need to find a way to access the items of the list. And you know a method already how to access list items, which is using indexes. So if you want the first one, you use 0. So you want to print out the first item. That, however, would print out 9.1. You want the round version of 9.1, which is, maybe you want to have a look at what functions you have available. Like that. So have a quick look here and you'll be able to find a round. So round, which means you want to round a number. So round 9.1, you get 9. And in our case, the number we'd like to round up is this expression. So we want to apply round here and in parentheses put that expression, so that's number 9.1. So give it a try before writing the entire code, and that's fine. Do that again, right? But with 1 and with 2. Execute, and you get the expected output. Okay, that's fine, it works. But what if you had a big list of 100 items? You'd end up with 100 lines of code. Well, I can show you how to do that with just 2 lines of code instead. This is how you do it. You use a for loop for temperature. Just choose a name for a variable. For temperature, in, you see how these keywords are highlighted. So these are actually Python reserved words. Temperature is just a variable, that's why it's in black. In Monday temperatures, use a colon, and what happens after a colon? I told you in the earlier video. Well, indentation, which happens automatically in Visual Studio Code. For spaces, what do we want to do for each of the temperatures? Well, we want to print out the round form of temperature. Just like that. Save, execute, and this is the output. So in just 2 lines of code, we are able to execute some commands for all the items of an array, which is a list in this case, but it can also be a string. For example, for letter in hello, print letter. And hello is printed out there. And of course, you can do whatever you like there. Title, get the first item, which is a letter, so the letter will be capitalized, like that. So let me go one more time through these 2 lines to explain them, what they mean. So what the loop does is, for temperature in Monday temperatures, so you are creating a variable, and what the loop does is, it goes through all these items one by one with loops. So in the first iteration, temperature will be equal, so the variable will be equal to 9.1. Therefore, the round function will round up 9.1 and print it out here. And if there are more lines in here, for example, print done, if you do that, you see, if there was another more line, like after 9, this line is executed, so you get the string done printed out. If there are more lines, those lines will be executed. If there's no more lines, then the execution goes again on the top of the for loop, and the loop gets the second item this time. So temperature this time will be equal to 8.8. And the same thing happens again, round it up, print it out, done is also printed out, goes to the next line, 7.6 and so on. And then after 7.6, the loop tries to see if there are more items in this array. If there are no more items, what happens is that this indented block, the execution of this block finishes, and Python goes to the next lines to execute what's left in the script.